Hello and welcome to the Gaia update for the new moon in Libra that is happening on October 19th, 2017. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, we're having a big shift of energy. I'm sure you can feel it as on the 10th of October, Jupiter has moved into Scorpio. So this new moon in Libra is a really interesting energy. We've got a lot of Libra energy and a lot of Scorpio energy, and we're kind of having this gentle but kind of also very dynamic push into this next year. Now Jupiter changes signs every year or so, 13 months. So we have this Jupiter in Scorpio until November 2018. So it's a big shift in astrology, and the energy is changing, and the culmination and a big bloom of this energy is happening as when the sun moves into Scorpio at the end of the month. So we're getting introduced to this energy. I'm sure you can feel the shifting. What we've been feeling this week leading up to this new moon is been pretty intense squeezing energy. This has to do with Mars and Venus both in Virgo. They've been very close. They've been taking turns squaring up with Saturn and then opposing Chiron. And so really highlighting that Saturn square Chiron energy. Now that's not exact until later in October. And so the energy at the end of October really gets kind of spooky as we move into the Halloween energy, the Scorpio energy, and we'll talk more about that. And so this Libra new moon is a kind of opportunity to reorient ourselves in these shifting times. But with Saturn square Chiron and being highlighted by Venus and Mars are male and female planet coming together, which is a very sweet aspect, but neither of them really like Virgo that much. And so Virgo kind of wants to clean up and wants to analyze and wants to sort through it, wants to get rid of the bullshit. And Venus and Mars both kind of like to play. And so they're opposing Chiron there, the wounded healer, and it's speaking to the wounds of duality, the wounds of the divine feminine, the wounds of the divine masculine within all of us, trying to come to a new way of relating on the planet. Now we are getting pushed into a massive time for this with this Jupiter, the expander planet, the biggest planet in our solar system, moving into the underworld of Scorpio. And so all those issues with Jupiter in Libra this last year, it's kind of been like, it's okay, everything's okay, let's just make it work. And now Jupiter delving into the depths. Scorpio wants to uncover the secrets, the shadow, get down to what really matters. A lot of us are craving this right now in our life. As much as it's so much easier to just go through life and make it all okay and compensate and just get through, that's not really working for a lot of us anymore. And this Jupiter in Scorpio is really about going to find our true self, what really matters. This is an activation of our desires. Jupiter being the planet of luck and expansion in the sign of Scorpio, which is sex, death, and transformation. And it's interesting because Jupiter is at home in Sagittarius. That'll be 2019 that Jupiter will be in Sagittarius at home. So this is the 12th house placement for Jupiter. It's moving through its death cycle in Scorpio, the sign of transformation. So it's kind of like we're having this huge opportunity with this Jupiter moving into Scorpio to delve into the depths of what really matters in our heart, in our soul, and activation of our desires of a life of fulfillment, not just going along the way we have. Now that's really helped along with that North Node in Leo. Now Leo and Scorpio are both fixed signs. So 2018 we're moving into a lot of fixed energy. So we have the cardinals are the starters, the mutable signs are the ones that adapt and are the season changers, and then the fixed signs are the completers. They want to make sure things actually happen, get done. This is around our true self, our true identity and what we really want in life. And so 2018 is really kind of moving into that energy for the first time. We've had a lot of cardinal crosses and we've had a lot of mutable crosses, and now we're moving into the most fixed energy we've seen since 2012. So what's happening is this really intense squeeze right now with Jupiter, with Mars and Venus together. We're having to look at our shit. It's like just this uncomfortable place, and it's kind of actually a great stepping off place into this Jupiter and Scorpio energy of like, you know, going along and making things work out can work for a while, but then there's a certain time when things just kind of have to blow up and you have to get in there and clean up the mess. And that's what we're going to do. And it feels so much better. You know, when you have something going on, say in a personal relationship, but one person isn't really speaking the truth about how they really feel, and it just kind of feels uncomfortable and weird, and then as soon as it's talked about, it's not that fun while the truth comes out, but as soon as it does come out, everybody feels so much better. And this is kind of what we're going through. This is this Jupiter and Scorpio time. It can be a huge activation of your true inner self, what you really want, and to be able to just jump into the truth of who you are and make the changes in your life, to be able to let that light shine, to get on the page. This is what we need to get on the page with that North Node in Leo, to shine our light, to access our potential, to have the strength and courage to live a life of fulfillment. And so that means we got to go into the shadow and figure out what's holding us back. And these secrets, these deep hidden belief systems that have been holding us back have been hidden. And they've been not, we don't want to look at them. And we had that period of time with Saturn in Scorpio. And this is very different. Jupiter in Scorpio is an energy of having strength and courage to go into the shadow and kind of wanting to grab a hold of life and have it be meaningful and real. And whereas Saturn brought up a lot of fear around the shadow. And so we've done so much shadow work now, we don't have to be scared of it, but there is still some stuff in our individual lives, in the collective, negative energies. These are things that our belief systems and lies in our own true being, our family lies, our collective lies, and it's time to just get this stuff cleaned up and start feeling like we're really living again. So this Jupiter and Scorpio might be intense, but it also can be super empowering. Both of these, Jupiter's the empowerer, and Scorpio is the is ruled by Pluto power. So we've got power and empowerment coming together. That can be really, really great. There can be some deep desires coming up around, you know, what you really want and what you really care about. And that's reflecting back to that Taurus. The opposite of Scorpio is Taurus, and our values and what we really stand for and what we really want. Now, Uranus is moving into Taurus in May of 2018, so this is going to really solidify for ourselves. We're going to start building as Saturn moves into Capricorn on December 19th of this year. We're starting to build this new world that's more in alignment, but in order to do that, we got to dive off into the shadow and find these places that have been hidden, find the stuff that's been holding us back, and clear away. So Jupiter is like this big energy moving into the watery Scorpio, the hidden mysteries, and it just can't help bringing stuff to light. And so this energy feels like quite a release for a lot of people moving in to Scorpio. It's like at least we'll kind of get, there's kind of a new energy, new shift. And that's what we're feeling for this new moon, is a year-round shift. Because at this new moon, we have Mercury is in Libra and moving right in to Scorpio, right along with Jupiter. So it's like there's a conjunction going on. Even though Jupiter and Mercury are going to be in Scorpio, the sun and the moon are there at kind of near the end of Libra. So all these planets together, and they are opposing the energy of Uranus there coming to the end degrees of Aries. And so we're looking at this identity revolution. We're looking at what's in the way. We're looking at finding clarity and opening up to the truth. With Mercury, the messenger wants to understand. So it's kind of cool because Mercury's moving into Scorpio with Jupiter and just kind of bringing us an understanding. And then when the sun comes into Scorpio, that'll happen on the 23rd, and come into a conjunction with Jupiter, and Mercury and Jupiter and the sun are all going to be together there. And that's kind of like this initiatory first degrees of Scorpio. And what is this about? So there's a lot of energy around this new moon in Libra to set your intentions for this whole next year. Libra or new moons are always a time to kind of have a new start, set intentions for the month. But since Jupiter's making this big transit right now, and all of these planets are kind of conglomerated around, that means that it's a great opportunity to use this new moon in Libra to kind of set an energy for this whole year. And so Venus moves into Libra on the 14th. So Venus is at home in Libra, and that will be a shift in energy that will be really helpful for people too, coming out of that uncomfortable, like Venus wants to love and wants to give and wants to experience and wants beauty and to enjoy, and Virgo's kind of like, no, you know, like watch the books, be careful, pull it back. And so Venus moving into Libra is going to be a great celebration of beauty and love, and kind of setting up this energy with Venus at home. It's very strong in Libra, ruled as a ruler of Libra, setting up this energy to set your life course according to your basic values around love and what really matters to you, because Venus is a ruler of Taurus as well. So we're looking at what really matters, and kind of an opportunity on this Libra new moon is to just reset your course and start using this Jupiter and Scorpio energy to go and find where is your cup empty. And it's kind of like we've all been, as humans, going through our life being like, well, okay, it's okay, I can get by. And it's like, no, how about really living? How about feeling really fulfilled? How about getting that cup full? And that is what Jupiter and Scorpio is giving us permission to do. Now, as we dive down into those desires, we're going to find the limitations, the limiting beliefs that have been holding us back. Maybe a poverty contract or an idea in the family around money, or maybe a spiritual idea around money being like, oh, that's dirty, wrong, and bad. It's not okay. That's just an example of these deep inner contractual belief systems that have been keeping us playing small. And Jupiter Scorpio is like, dive into the pool. Go get what you want in life. Stop messing around. And so it's quite a shift of energy, and this Libra new moon is a great opportunity to really tap into that and kind of be in this shifting point, be present with these energy shifting so you can make the most of this upcoming year. And so the last week of October is when the sun reaches Jupiter, and Jupiter and Mercury have already come together at that point, and the sun and Mercury have all come together. So the sun is our identity and how we see ourselves, who we think we are, and we've got Mercury there, the messenger, the mind, understanding in our analytical everyday mind what this means. We've got the moon, our emotions. So, and Jupiter is our expander, our luck, our seeker planet. And so it's like these planets are coming together, making this massive sojourn from Libra into Scorpio. It's like they're coming together. And this is a great energy right now for this year, coming into the Scorpio energy. Scorpio wants to connect. It wants to work together. It's an opportunity to really find community and relationships, deepening of community and relationships, finding meaning in community and relationships. And, you know, as light workers and indigos are activating on the planet, it's a really important piece of how we move forward, is that we can only do so much on our own, and there's a lot of programming around staying separate and safe in that separateness. because when indigos and star seeds have come together in other lifetimes, they were more of a target. So what's happening right now is this permission, this desire, this like breaking through of these boundaries and barriers to come together and claim and grab a hold of a true life, a really living. Jupiter in Scorpio does not want to mess around with this. Very different than Jupiter and Libra. So all these planets making this sojourn, it's kind of like they're assisting Jupiter. They're like, Jupiter's the king, the god of gods. It's associated with Zeus. And so he has this entourage. And it's really kind of cool because it's like, yeah, you know what? Shit's weird out there and I don't know what's going on, but if we go through it together, we're going to be okay. And so even though going through into the shadow of this Scorpio energy can be intense and can be scary and can be like, oh, what am I going to find and all that, it's also going to give your life the meaning, the purpose, the depth, the reason, the life force, like going in and kind of like letting fall away. This next year is really about letting all of the death, the transformation, shedding the skin and letting it all fall away. That's not about really living, really expressing your essence, your truth in this world with all this fixed energy. And so it's a huge year for activation into your potential. So I hope you can join me for this new moon live activation. The energy is live even on the replay if you can't make the live. And so the activation is going to happen Wednesday, October 18th at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and the information to sign up is in the information below. And so I hope you can join me for that live activation to tap into this turning point in history right now. It's a big shift and change as we've got Saturn about to move in to Capricorn in December, and Uranus, these big slow moving planets, Uranus moving into Taurus next spring. And so let's get together and really focus our energies and use this new moon in Libra with Venus there in Libra to help us see through to this new age, to what our role is, and to set a course of this fulfillment, whatever that is. And so I will see you there. And it's also a great time to get an individual session. My individual sessions can help you find this programming that's coming up, this tension, this whatever's been holding you back. And so it's a really great time over this whole next year, but to go ahead and get an individual session with me, and you can find out more at adrianelise.com. So I hope to see you on the activation, and next time, thank you for joining me. I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.